This is the dump main line. We're going to be doing this road next weekend. It's a big job, but if I get enough volunteers, we'll be able to do it, no problem at all. So I'm really counting on you guys coming out and give me a hand. I really do need a hand for this. You know, we can't do it just by ourselves. What I really need, really need, is some trucks, maybe with some trailers. We got a lot of stuff here. We might have 10, 15 tons of debris here that's got to go to the dump. And you know, if I had a trailer, you know, one truck and one trailer, well, boy, that would sure make the difference, you know. But even a few pickup trucks, we can still do it. So I need you. I need volunteers. I need lots of volunteers. I need trucks, several trucks if I can get them, trailers if I can get them. So please, come on, give me a hand. Now I'm going to take you and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. So we'll walk through this, and I'll show you all the stuff. So come on, let's go see it. There's a fair bit of mess up here. This is one of the piles that we'll have to be removing. This is right where they dug the pit that was going to make me do this another day. As you can see here, it's quite a hole. But apparently they're coming up on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. They're going to fill this in so that we can have access to this road. Once we get it filled in, then we can get down here and we can get in here and get it cleaned up. Now I'm going to take you down this road. I'm going to go down to the other end and I'll travel back. And I'll show you what kind of debris we got to clean up here. It's a bit of a mess, but it's easier going than the last road. So anyways, come on, let's go have a look. So this is about where it starts, down the other end of that spur. It's not too bad here. You know, there's stuff scattered about, like here, like over there, over here. As you can see, it's kind of scattered about. It's not too bad though. So what we need is we'll have to have a couple of people on either side of the road. We'll have them walking down through this nice forest here and just picking up in a bag this loose stuff. So it won't be too bad here. But let's go have a look at another spot. So down that spur that you're looking at there, that's where we just were. There's debris on either side of the road, but it's a fairly easy pickup. But this is where it starts to pile up. This is where the mess begins. And as you can see here, there's a fair bit of stuff in here. This is just the beginning of this road. I mean, there's lots of stuff in here. People have been dumping here for a while, as you'll be able to see here. You see, there's stuff all through here. As we get down here, you'll see what I mean. You know, like here's an old shower sitting here, or a hot tub, maybe. I'm not quite sure what it is. Probably a hot tub, I guess. There's more debris over there, more here, and it's kind of spread around, you know. There's a fair bit of it. There's toilets. There's debris right out into the forest here. This is going to take a little while to clean this particular spot up. As you can see, there's a fair bit of stuff here. But we'll get at it. We'll get it cleaned up. Once I get a few trucks. I really need the trucks. Because otherwise, we're just fighting the battle here for no reason at all. You know, and there's a fair bit of stuff. As you can see. So we'll head down. I'll show you some more stuff further down the road here. Pretty messy. So this is a little further up the road from that last spur I showed you. And I'm going to show you here. Now this is where it really starts to get dirty. It's all over the road here. And it's in the forest. I mean, it's on both sides of the road. Lots of it, wherever you look. You know, I mean, you just have to pull the bushes back and there it is. Lots of it. And it's all the way along here. This is pretty messy. You know, it's kind of disgusting to think that people are just, you know, coming out here and doing this. I mean, you look at this. Look at this. is a real mess. Some of this stuff is going to be a pain in the butt too. Like there's a lot of wood product here. You know, along with the garbage. There's garbage mixed in amongst it, but there's a fair bit of wood product. And then we get this, right? The roofing stuff. You know, these are guys that are either hiring out to put a new roof on your house, and they tell you that they're taking the stuff to the dump, and you pay a dump fee to them, and then they take it out here, and they just throw it out here, and charge you for it. So, you know, my suggestion is you do not pay the dump fee until they come back with the dump fee receipt, and then you pay them for it. That's what I would do. That way you can almost be guaranteed that this stuff will go to the dump and not out here. You know, make it part of the deal. When you hire a roofing company, well, most roofing companies, you know, are pretty legit, but you hire a couple of guys that can roof, and you never know what you're going to get. You know, I mean, there's some real messes here, that's for sure. And it's not all roofing material. That's only a little bit of it. This is a little spur that heads off to the side. I just want to go down here and have a look. As we can see, yeah, it's everywhere. It's all the way along here. There's lots of it. You know, and again, like I say, lots of contracting stuff, wood, debris of that sort, along with trash. You know, fence posts, old lawn chairs. And this goes right out to the Argonaut Road like this. So, anyways, this is another spot that's gonna be a bit of a job. I'm gonna need a number of volunteers for each of these roads, and you know, just get them to walk along and clean it up, and we'll haul it away with the trucks. This is just down the road from the last spot. Lots of wood debris, lots of plastic, but there's glass. There's all kinds of glass in here. Now I'm gonna bring some buckets, actually garbage cans, and we'll get one person to, or maybe a couple, to very carefully clean this glass up. Glass is very bad for the animals. I mean, they don't know. They walk on it thinking that it's just something they could walk on. And one cut to the foot, and that's probably the end of that deer's life. You know, or bear. You know, and they could very easily get seriously injured by all this glass. So we got to get that cleaned up. That's pretty important. But there's not just glass along here. I mean, there's old TVs, and of course the glass involved with that. And in the forest here, I mean, you just have to go over the bank here and take a look. Not much of a bank, but there's, you know, there's tires, lots of tires. There's debris. There's garbage. You know, and we'll haul this out of here and we'll get it cleaned up. You know, what more can we do, right? At least the going's not too bad. You know. It's kind of flat. So compared to the last road we did with them huge banks we had to drag everything up, this will be a piece of cake. But there is a lot of stuff. I mean, you just have to step and look in the forest. You know, and it's there. Everywhere. Lots of it. You know, styrofoam. All kinds of crap down here. You know. The odd mattress, but if you know, you look even like down through the trees, you know, there it is, right? Trash, lots of it. So we'll get her done. Now there are some spots along here where I don't know what we're gonna do with it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. This is one of the really bad spots along this road, and it's wood. You know, it'd almost be nice to just be able to pile it up and burn it. You know, that could be the answer to this. You know, if you look at this, this is all going to be very hard without a dump truck to get it out of here. You know, I don't know what we're going to do with this. Maybe push it into a pile and they can burn it this winter. But there's this stuff. Once we get up past that, we get back up into the garbage again. This will definitely get cleaned up by us. We'll have no choice in the matter with this. This is all garbage. And it's all through here, you know. But we'll get it. You know, and this is kind of the last spot along this road. So, you know, we got all this wood debris. We got a perfect spot to pile it up right here. And Timber West can deal with it one way or another. They got the equipment. They can come in here with a big truck and a backhoe sometime. But this stuff we'll actually pull out of here. We'll get it out of here. You know, we really got no choice. But like I say, this looks new. This wasn't here. This wasn't here the last time I was here. I don't know where this is coming from. But this is new. So how are they getting in here to dump this? I don't know. You know? Now this is old. This was here before. But like I say, there's some piles of this stuff that aren't very old. So, like you look at this. This is new. This wasn't here last time I was here. I'm not quite sure how they're getting in to do this. I don't remember these mattresses being here the last time I come up here neither. But there they are. A little daunting, you know. Now this here desk, this is the end. This is the last piece. And beyond here, for miles, there's nothing. You know, I don't get it why they only come this far and put dumping. I don't know. But I don't mind. Because, I mean, you know, this road is an absolutely gorgeous road. It's an awesome road to take a walk on. You know, it's right out there in the forest. So this is quite a beautiful little place. If you look around here, you know, it's quite beautiful through here. This whole road is like this. Just a great place to come walking, maybe pick some mushrooms. I'm seeing chanterelles in here, quite a few of them. You know, so yeah, nice little place to come for a walk. You know, once we get the trash out of here, this will be an awesome place. It'll be a great little place to be. So, come on, give me a hand. Let's get this one cleaned up. And then we'll take a break for the winter and we'll plan our attacks for next year. Because there's a lot of places to do. You know, there's everything from fish farm debris up the coast on the islands to the debris up in Zavelas and Sayward and Kelsey Bay, down Courtney, Port Alberni, Mess in Port Alberni, and all the way up, you know, lots of other places. And I want to get at all these places. This is what our society is going to do. We got to branch out. We got to get people from all the other communities to join us. And let's just get at this, you know. Let's get our island clean. And let's smarten people up through education and enforcement. We can do it, you know. We can stop this. We will stop this. With the help of all of you guys, I know we can do it. So give me a hand. Come on up this weekend. Let's show Timber West how we can do it again. You know? Let's do it. This is Bud. Talk to you later.